Spirit Halloween presents a Pizzaverse exclusive. Fat Bald Sicilian, the self-proclaimed king of MobTube costume. All pasta, no presents. This Halloween, become the Don of Delusion, the capo of clickbait, and the king of contradictions. It's the Fat Bald Sicilian costume. He's loud, proud, and never wrong, at least according to himself. Whether he's filming from the kitchen table or crowning himself the ruler of YouTube, this getup's got all the toppings of a real internet-wise guy. Included in the box, microphone of make-believe, now with extra echo for dramatic effect. Gold plastic chain of self-importance. Desk chair throne for command and imaginary cruise. Keyboard of chaos and comes with caps lock permanently on. Sunglasses of denial, indoor approved. Warning. May cause spontaneous rants about loyalty and betrayal. Side effects include overconfidence, fake accents, and delusions of grandeur. Not responsible for loss of subscribers, credibility, or hair. So grab your headset, your ego, and a nice plate of spaghetti. This Halloween, it's time to go live, talk tough, and crown yourself royalty of the recliner. Become the boss of your own imagination with the Fat Bald Sicilian costume, where the drama's fake, but the shine on that head, 100% authentic. All talk, no torque.
What the fuck you doing in there, you prick?
Pizzaverse strong, motherfucker strong.
Bambi Palermo running around Pizzaverse. Fuck you and Pizzaverse.
Analyzing evil. The Fat Bald Sicilian, the illusion of a king. A Pizzaverse Studios original psychological documentary, produced by Bambi Palermo and Vincent DiPrio. Dedicated to all the victims of Fat Bald Sicilian's online bullshit. Time to face the mirror. The crown that never fit. Some men chase legacy, others chase likes, and somewhere in between there's a guy sitting under a ring light, calling himself a king. They call him the Fat Bald Sicilian, a self-proclaimed monarch of MobTube, the man who turned YouTube streams into confessions, rants, and self-mythology. To his followers, he's raw, real, and righteous. To his critics, he's a loudmouth with marinara for blood and ego for oxygen. To the trained eye, he's something deeper, a case study in what happens when identity and insecurity shake hands. He built his kingdom on charisma and chaos, and for a while it worked. But no crown sits steady on a shaky head, and no king stands tall when the throne's made out of Wi-Fi. This is the illusion of a king. The making of a monarch. Every empire starts with hunger, not the kind for food, but for validation. The Fat Bald Sicilian didn't start out a villain. He started out relatable, a guy who'd been through things, addiction, struggle, rebirth. He found a mic, a platform, and a crowd who clapped when he said what they couldn't. At first, that applause felt holy. It was redemption in real time. But applause is a tricky drug. The first high feels like purpose. The next feels like pressure. In psychology, that's called reinforcement addiction. It's when the brain mistakes approval for survival. You start chasing it like air, and before you know it, you're building your self-worth out of emojis and engagement numbers. The man who once wanted to connect slowly started wanting to control, and that's how a storyteller becomes a salesman. The cult of the camera. Once the crown goes on, it's hard to take off. He went from content creator to character actor, the Fat Bald Sicilian, MobTube royalty, cigar in hand, talking tough and preaching loyalty. But here's the thing. Every time you perform the part, you lose a piece of the person. You become the mask you wear. Psychologically, this is called persona fixation, when the act becomes the identity. The audience loves the illusion, so you feed it, polish it, exaggerate it. And when the man behind the illusion starts to fade, you panic. So you turn up the volume, you pick fights, you create enemies so you can feel powerful. You shout, "I'm real," because deep down you don't believe it anymore. He ain't the first to fall for the camera's spell. He just fell harder 'cause he thought the lens was a mirror. But mirrors tell truth, cameras tell stories, and somewhere between the two, he got lost. The rotten root of ego. Let's talk about ego, the disease of the digital age. Ego's like yeast in dough. You need a little to rise, but too much, and the whole thing collapses. The fat, bald Sicilian baked his identity in it. Every compliment inflated him. Every criticism wounded him. When fans adored him, he was a saint. When they turned, he was a martyr. That's the cycle of grandiose narcissism. You swing between "I'm the greatest" and "I'm the victim," and both are lies. He ain't evil for having an ego. He's human. But he fed it like it was sacred, and it devoured everything else. The wife, the friends, the peace, all gone, sacrificed to the god of perception. The kingdom of confusion. Ain't it funny how power works online? The more you claim it, the less you actually got. He declared himself king so many times, he forgot the rule of kingship. The people decide who wears the crown. He built a loyal following, or maybe just a loud one. Folks who liked the show, not necessarily the man. That's the curse of the influencer. You think people love you, but they love the noise you make. The second it stops, they move on to the next circus. That's why he started swinging wild, picking fights, making enemies out of anyone who didn't kneel. He mistook confrontation for relevance. He mistook followers for friends. And he mistook his own voice for the truth. The kingdom he built wasn't a community, it was a court of applause. And when the applause died, the silence was deafening. The collapse of the crown. Every performance ends the same way. Lights fade, curtain drops, and the applause turns into echoes. That's when the king realizes the castle was cardboard. He ain't got allies, just spectators. He ain't got power, just habit. And habit don't love you back. The fat, bald Sicilian wanted to be remembered as a leader. What he became was a cautionary tale, the story of a man who confused being seen with being respected. He talks about loyalty, but it's transactional. He preaches respect, but it's one-sided. He wants to be a mentor, but he never learned humility. And without humility, no man can handle power, digital or otherwise. That's not mob mentality. That's fragility dressed up as masculinity. The loudest in the room ain't the strongest, it's the most afraid. The psychology of delusion. There's a specific term for what's going on upstairs with guys like this: compensatory identity disorder. It happens when a person builds an alternate self to survive feelings of insignificance. That persona becomes armor, but armor's heavy, and eventually it crushes the person underneath. He believes he's fighting for his name, his pride, his platform. But what he's really fighting is the truth, that without the title, he's just another guy. And that terrifies him. He's stuck in a loop. The louder he gets, the more people question him. The more people question him, the louder he gets. It's a feedback loop of ego and insecurity, a psychological merry-go-round he can't get off. Every meltdown, every outburst, every "they're jealous" speech, it's just fear in costume. The silence after the stream. And that's how it ends. Not with drama, not with applause, with quiet. The chat slows down, the ring light goes dim. And there's just a man sitting there, wondering if it was all worth it. What did the crown cost? How much of himself did he trade for a moment's validation? That's the tragedy, not the lies, not the anger, but the emptiness that follows when the illusion fades. Every empire built on ego eventually collapses under its own weight. And when it does, the world don't mourn. It scrolls past. The moral of the crown. Evil ain't always murder, deceit, or greed. Sometimes it's self-destruction disguised as confidence. The Fat Bald Sicilian didn't con others, he conned himself. He believed his own legend, and that's the deadliest drug of all. In the Pizzaverse, we don't measure men by how loud they yell. We measure 'em by what's left when the noise stops. Loyalty, integrity, respect, the holy trinity of the street and the screen. You lose those, you lose the throne. You can fake views, you can buy subscribers, but you can't counterfeit authenticity. And that's what separates kings from clowns. This has been a Bambi's Twisted Tales, analyzing evil presentation, produced by Bambi Palermo and the Pizzaverse Studios. Where truth cuts deeper than any blade and loyalty ain't negotiable. If you liked this analysis, hit the subscribe, drop a comment, and remember the rule of the house: we don't miss. Thanks for watching.
Today I decided to not give you bitches a second of time for the rest of my life. I'll be goddamned if I put in the work and I don't get the credit to fucking suffice. I've been too humble too much in my life, cutting them off so I'm measuring twice. Cause this time I mean it, I'm still fucking bleeding. Bitch, there was better way to hand me the knife. Like boy, little Snowy, Bodie is on me. Half of these idiots dumb as a brick. Swear I won't use it when all up on YouTube. I aim with a 45 fucking intense. Imagine if my soul and whip with a 10. Imagine if I finally wanted to quit. Imagine if this industry took the life out of bitch and all I got is fucking revenge. Who would I ride on if I'm about to call it? I think my fans know a couple of names. I know some 5-figure checks that I've written and can't say a word cause I bitch NDA'd. Call on my lawyers cause I keep them paid, but this ain't some shit that my lawyers could save. Cause if I do go out, I'm going out strong, and I'll leave y'all a note with the key to the safe. That all of the friends that I lost that was talking shit all on the net, all of apologize, all of them know that I fucking invented, I'll never forget. I never went out in public to vent, I know exactly what I represent. And any little bitch that was that quick to switch up, all of you deserve what the fuck you gon' get. How does it feel when you look at your fans and you know that you'll lose them if I ever talk? If I ever pull up receipts or some video, shorty, I bet you piss in your drawers. All you little bitch ass, silly never shit ass, fickle ass, flip flop, blind ass hoe. You should thank God with like every breath that I ain't talk my shit cause I stuck to the code. But ain't I hit you up directly, tell you that you best be treading real carefully, bitch. Bitch, don't you forget we still got a debt. See, I'ma collect my shit. If you got a question, I got an answer. Ain't I keep the same line? All that boo-hoo shit on the net was a cloud chase. Them lies are so tired. Yo, I just noticed everybody that don't fuck with me fucks with each other. It's like a fucking union of dumbass people. Hey, but I'm coming back for my money though, I'm not playing.